Recorded Books and RB Digital present To Me I Wed, An Unconventional Bride's Romance by K.M. Jackson. Narrated by Diana Luke. Chapter 1. You're not just gaining a wife, you're getting my best friend. Lily Perry took one look at her sister Sophie and realized her mistake. Shit, now I've done it. Did she really just use the same best friend line on Sophie that she had with Sophie's twin, Audrey, at her wedding? Or was it Peggy who she used that line on when she married Marcus? Her sisters had been getting married left and right, and all the weddings and toasts were starting to blur together. You'd think they were in some sort of great marriage race. Lily looked around the banquet room of the VFW hall and caught her mother's sister, Aunt Ruby, pulling a face and whispering something to her newly engaged daughter, Nikki. Lily swallowed back a grimace. Geez, even Nikki was jumping the broom. At the rate her family was going, there would not be a broom or a groom to be snagged in all of the Rockaways. Not that Lily was actively looking for either. She had a vacuum in her apartment for sweeping, and, well, for other tasks, if her dating life hit a lull, she had an electronic device that took care of that too. It was way more reliable than men anyway. Still, Lily glanced left and caught her mother, Renee Henton Perry, staring too. The hyphenation in her name was still new to her and intentionally left off the wedding invitations. She preferring to keep things simple, she said, and going the traditional route of Mr. and Mrs. Perry request the honor, blah, 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 and so forth. Her hair and makeup were flawless, as usual, and her skin was smooth and unlined. The untrained eye would never determine that she was the mother of 6 grown daughters, 4 married, with a grandchild on the way. One would also not know that right then she was highly pissed. But Lily knew. She caught the glint of disapproval in her mother's eye and the ever-so-slight pull of tension around her perfectly lined mouth. Lily wondered if it was due to her speech faux pas or the fact that, one table over, Lily's father, Philip Perry, was sitting with his arm draped casually around his current girlfriend, who was happily sipping on her pink cocktail and batting her long, glued-on lashes. Lily cleared her throat as her cousin Nikki smirked and rolled her eyes in her direction. Unperturbed by her cousin's cutting glance, Lily raised her glass higher, giving her sister what she hoped passed for a glowing smile before turning to the crowd. I'm the luckiest woman in the world to have been blessed with the world's best sisters. And to all my brothers-in-law, you'd better treat them right, or there will be hell to pay. She then directed her final words to her newest brother-in-law, Simon, who looked ecstatic to be marrying Sophie. His big blue eyes shined brightly for her, as they had every day since they'd met in Sophie's improv class. Both budding actors, they made a slightly sickening perfect couple. Sophie with her cocoa-brown skin and finely chiseled model features, and Simon with his wavy dark hair and captivating eyes. They looked like a couple in an aspirational car ad, or in the picture that comes in the picture frame that you replace with your mediocre second best. Plus, they were always smiling and complimenting each other. If Lily didn't know them in person and up close, she'd swear their love was faked for some reality TV show. Lily smiled at her new brother-in-law and continued from her heart. Simon, I'm not worried about you. Your love for Sophie has been shining bright since day one. May it shine on forever. Lily turned back to the now beaming crowd. She had them. Hell, even Aunt Ruby was blinking back a tear. But just as Lily took a sip of her champagne, she caught sight of a sneer from freaking Lacey Colton. Ugh, why had Sophie invited that man-stealer? A nemesis since high school, Lacey was well known for frequenting weddings to get free booze and easy prey. Lily watched as Lacey stopped sneering, quickly sat up straighter, and stuck her already on display double D's out even farther as she looked across the room, no doubt at her next victim. Lily's eyes shifted. It was him, and surprisingly, he was staring at her, not Lacey. Oh, crap. His eyes so dark and intense they reminded her of
Sample complete. Ready to continue?